To another episode of the Multifamily Collective. I wanted to opine quickly. I heard about the news yesterday or the day before that there was a multifamily platform that was facilitating the first payment in ChatGPT, using ChatGPT to facilitate the payment for rent in the community. And I think that's great. I think a lot of people probably saw that coming. The fact that it was the first, that's great. There has to be a first mover and somebody that actually pulls it off. I think it's fantastic. If I think about the broader application of using LLMs to facilitate, or let's call it agents to facilitate transactions, I think there's something that's more interesting by many orders of magnitude, more interesting than that facilitation between a human and an organization. It's when, and that when is now. If you think about Clawbot and the evolution of the agentic experience in multifamily, you're quickly going to see. I did a presentation on this last summer at Blueprint, talking about an agent-to-agent world. Organizations have agents. We knew them as leasing bots or whatever. So it was just, let's call it first inning, first iteration. Today, you have OpenClaw, I think is what it's called. I think I called something wrong, but OpenClaw. So you have the ability now as a human to create a digital proxy for yourself or an agent, your own personal agent. So Mike has his own personal agent now, and that personal agent has access to Mike's financial needs. In other words, the agent on my behalf can actually pay my rent. When that time of the month comes, the agent inside of an organization, the automated version of rent payment is baked into your platform. And my agent, so when this agent says, hey, MikeBot, it's time to pay rent, MikeBot just takes care of that. And I think it's interesting that you can actually make those transactions happen agent to agent. That to me is what is going to become more pronounced and more full of promise and more amazing over time than the first one being facilitated by a human to agent or a human to organization through ChatGPT or whatever LLM you wanted to use. So I'm very excited about the future, but I'm also, it also makes me question today, if I just set up auto pay for my rent and I do that once, I don't really think about it ever again. So whether it's facilitating the transaction through ChatGPT or it's facilitating it through Plaid or whatever other mechanism I've set up for that to happen, I'm not doing it is the point. And that time that I'm not spending on paying my rent, I'm spending doing something else is really fruitful to me, or it can be. Maybe not that little moment in time, that little micro moment, but a bunch of little micro moments set up become meaningful to me in my life. So I'm more interested in agent to agent transactions that I think will be right on the heels of this announcement that we've had the first rent payment made through ChatGPT. That'll happen. That could happen in 10 days. I believe that. And just to put a date stamp on this, February 19th, 2026, you could see March rent payment made by OpenClaw to said agent internal to an organization. I believe that could happen. And that, to me, unleashes an entirely different set of potentials and opportunities down the road. So that's it for today. Talk to you again soon.